to the jet lag, I've talked to many musicians who travel overseas and try to get adjusted to a different time and the climate and everything. And I was talking to the guys in Metallica once, and they said they always flew to Brazil, got off the plane, and immediately did the gig instead of getting there the day before and sleeping, not sleeping in most cases, you know. So I've done that before also. I went to Moscow in 1998 with Hook Herrera. You all know Hook, right? Yeah! And it was me, him, and a guitar player. We went over there with no road manager, nothing, just ourselves, and it was pretty scary and intimidating. A lot of military people, big Uzis on their shoulders and all this stuff. And we did that, and that was far, far away. And the first thing we did when we got off the plane is we went to a bar, sat in, just played until we were dead. And it was a good way to get in town and not be affected by all the jet lag and all that. But so last night I was pretty adamant. The first set, and we started playing, and the second set we kind of redeemed ourselves, and it's just a matter of sweating it out, you know. And so I'm just here to pontificate and talk to y'all. And as you'll notice that there's no hand drums up here today. And the reason for that is the last 2 years we bring the hand drums, and a couple of you have purchased them and all that, but we found out it's highly illegal to do that. So and Customs wouldn't let us do it anymore unless we kind of snuck them in. And so that's why everyone's drumming hand drums here today. And but I'm just going to remind you, you can go to everyonesdrumming.com and find out about these drums. And as you know, they're beautiful. Travis, you've seen them, and they're handmade by my friend Nathaniel Hall in Putney, Vermont. So really cool. Right now we have some rented backline here, and that's kind of a djembe. I'm not real sure really what it is, but it was the only thing available in Jamaica. So, as you know, Government Mule took about a year off. It was kind of strange, and I saw a lot of your smiling faces on the East Coast when the POA played there. And that is Planet of the Abts. And we've had such a good time doing that this year and developing it. And it's been a lot of work. When you're doing something by yourself and nurturing it and trying to get it off the ground. And I've been basically playing booking agent, manager, roadie, you name it, whatever I had to do to get it out there. But it's been a great learning experience. And believe me, it is a lot of work. I did all the work at home, but it's an 8-hour job, 9 to 5 every day. Waking up and going, what do I got to do next? But it's a great learning experience. How many times have I done this? I mean, Government Mule was started that way. And we did some really cool gigs this year with the POA. We went and did the Gabba Fest in Macon, Georgia. And that was actually historically correct. One of the first gigs that the Government Mule did was at the Gabba Fest, and I think that would have been 1994, 1995. And it's, for any of you who don't know what Gabba is the Georgia Allman Brothers Band Association. And it's located in Macon, Georgia, where the big house is, where the Allman Brothers used to live. And so we went down there and played, and we just had the best time. We actually went to the big house, and EJ, any of you who know EJ, he used to work with Government Mule. He curates down there for the big house, and they've set up a Government Mule museum in the big house, and you can see a lot of Woodies. Let's give Woody a little cheer here. Speaking of a big man, a lot of Alan Woody's faces are there, and pictures of the band. years ago. You know, if you can believe that, we've been together 18 years. I have a son who's 18 years old. So the POA has been the thing to do this year, and again, we've had a blast. We did a Northeast run. We did 7 shows before we made it down to the Christmas Jam in Asheville, North Carolina, and yeah, that was a good one too. This is all kind of leading up to last night. We went through the jet lag, and you know, we were playing on strange gear, but what I want to convey to you is playing some of these songs for the first time in a year. You know, they can be tricky when you're dealing with ready gear also, and you're trying to adjust, and you're also trying to play 7/8 or 5/4 and trying to remember the song. And so it's very easy to train wreck, but it's also easy to reimagine the songs. You know, you're fresh with them again. And but I can tell you, we did have a train wreck at New Year's at the Beacon Theater, and whenever things like that happen, it's okay. You know, all musicians screw up sooner or later. You know, even if you're reading a piece of music, it's very easy to do. But it's not how you train it; it's how you get back on track. And that's always very interesting, you know, and it leads to other things. And as my man Phil Lesh says, there are no mistakes, there are opportunities. And that's very Grateful Dead thinking. Drug induced, you know.
What song was that?
That was About to Rage. About to Rage is in 7/8. It stays in 7/8 all through the choruses, and then goes to a bridge where it goes into 4 with 1 bar of 7/8 where you got to drop a beat, and then it goes into the chorus. I'm sorry, the verses are all in 7/8. The chorus goes back into a 4 thing. So you're reading music in your mind, and you know, if you're not reading on a piece of paper, but you know. Usually once you figure out odd time signatures, I just memorize them, you know, I'm not there really counting. It's best to memorize and follow the lead vocal, and you'll be good. But if you haven't done it in a year, you know, anything can happen. And so that's what was going on last night, and it's probably going to be going on tonight also. But I think it's an opportunity, right? It's an opportunity for you guys too. And coincidentally, we talked about this train wreck at the Beacon. I got on E-Mule a couple days later, and somebody went, "Man, that was the best About to Rage I've ever heard." And I thought that was really interesting. And so it goes to prove, you know, it's not about us, it's about us and you, right? And it's about how we feed off of each other. And that's what makes you guys so special, you know?
Hey Matt, how did you guys work out that intro to Bad Little Doggy last night? That was hot.
That was really interesting. Warren said the theme of this year is going to be a lot of jamming. And so we started off with the first set with all that jamming that went into Birth of the Mule.
Yeah.
And of course, he went into a little dark star there. And I told him afterwards, it sounded very Grateful Dead-y, you know. And so he said, the second set, Jurgen actually suggested, let's do Bad Little Doggy. We haven't done it in a long time. And so we started, said, we'll start a groove off and just stay on it, Bad Little Doggy. And it was just impromptu, and I thought it came out really cool. Yeah, it did. And then when it hit into Bad Little Doggy, it just like a little lift off there, you know? That was good. So the theme is a lot of jamming. And as we get back into this year, let me tell you, the ass is back. The POA is on the way, but the ass is back.
just got to get Farmer to bring his "Don't Step on the Grass" Sam signs next time.
Yeah, well, you know, they would. They're hard to get down there here. It's hard to get through customs with them. So we have a lot of things on the table this year. The POA is going to continue just doing its thing. You know, gotten it this far. I want to keep it going, and we have some offers to go down to South America possibly, and Germany. The Germans have been buying our CDs, so I think that's really interesting, and we're hopefully going to strike up a deal in Brazil. So we might be going down to Rio. Nice. So that's all good. And tentatively, we're going to start some kind of pre-production with the Mule in February. Just get together and meet of the minds and start writing, you know, and get the whole the circus going again. And you can't kill the ass, you know. You can spank it. You can't kill it. You can't kill it. So, what's been going on this year? It's been a crazy year, and here we are in 2012. It's pretty wild, right? And it's all going to end by the Mayan theory, right? But hopefully it's going to happen. It might be an ending, but it's going to be a new beginning. How about that? You know? Yeah. There you go.
You got it. No destruction.
We've got a mic here, and the last couple of years we've had other drums, and you know we've played along. I can you know, just make a sound. My hi-hats, my Sabian hi-hats. This is my snare. I actually brought it down, the pearl drum. And this is the DW four tone here. It's a conversation. And that conversation was a little bit in a swing mode. For anybody who's familiar with swing music, and it's all goes to a jazz approach. And, big band and stuff. A lot of Buddy Rich. All based on rudiments, and there's 26 of them, if I'm correct, and they go from a single stroke to a double stroke. To singles and doubles, which is a paradiddle. it's all technical stuff, you know.